this right here, this was a chart that I created starting with my mother, and I wanted this specific chart just to show her mothers going back in time. And so it took a couple of things that I had to tweak with it to be able to get it to look like this. And so let me show you how to do that. First of all, of course, add the pictures to Legacy if you want to. They're not required. And so I went up here and I started with my mother. And on the My Toolbar tab, I clicked where it says Legacy Charting. And that opens up this chart creation wizard. And in the Ancestors section here, I clicked on the mother's chart. And you can see the little thumbnail. It shows that it will go from the main person to her mother, and so on. Also a father's chart, but in this case we're talking about the mothers. So I'll click on the Select button. And by default, this is how it looks. And I'm going to zoom in for you just so you get a feel for it. So there's my mother, and all of the mothers are emphasized in a light yellow there. So as I go up, it will go back in time. Now I'm going to zoom out. I've got this set to display up to 5 generations. Let me just change that. I'll go to 6, and you can see there's more. I'll go to 7. It looks like that's as far back as her mother's line goes back to about 1810 with my German ancestry. Now, remember I used the specific theme that really focuses in on the women, and to do that I clicked where it says Appearance, and I clicked on Themes, and I double-clicked on this mugshot theme, so I'll do that. You can see that it has all the same information, but now it just reformats it to look a little bit differently. Okay, now the next thing that I did, because I wanted to just focus just on the mothers, is I wanted to get rid of the men, and the way that I did that is over on the Home tab. I went to the privacy options, and I went to my grandfather. And in Legacy, I marked him as being invisible, and I'll show you how I did that. So I'm going to click on the check mark that says Suppress Invisible Individuals, and you can see that starting with my grandfather, that took everybody else out of the chart. So now I'm just have my mom and her mothers. So going back over into Legacy, and I'm going to do this for one of my deceased ancestors to protect some privacy. So you open up the individual's information screen, and down here in the lower right is the privacy settings button. And when you click on that, you have the default choice is everyone is just not private, and that's normal. You can mark people as being private, meaning that individual will be referred to as private on reports and other things, or you can mark a person as being invisible, meaning they won't be mentioned or included at all. And so I did that for the men in this chart, and just turn them on or off with this right here. Okay. A couple of other things that I did to get that chart to look like what it did is on the Appearance tab, I went and I added a border to the page, and you can add that border just to the chart boundaries, or you can have it be aligned to the page and choose the type of border. I also, on the title button, made the title significantly larger. Let's go like this. That might be a little too large. Let's go right there. And on the sizing options, this is where you can make them larger, smaller, space, do some spacing issues. And then on the background button, you can add whatever image that you want, whatever you might have on your computer as a background, or a nice soft texture. So there you go. I like the mother's chart. It's an extra special. The women are important in my life, and seeing this is special to me.